What's up, everybody? My name is RaisorBlade, and I have a really important confession to make to all of you. No, that's not it. I'm not a big fan of Illumination films. I'm sorry, no. I just think they're all terrible films. Ever since they showed up in 2010 with those goddamn minions that never go anywhere, Illumination has since earned a reputation that rivals that of Disney and Pixar. Oh, not because the movies are really good like Pixar or Disney, but because they make a lot of money like Disney and Pixar do. Even though some of their movies are kind of passable, like the Despicable Me movies and their most recent hit Sing, some of their movies are just downright awful to watch, like Lorax and Secret Life of Pets. The Lorax care more about pandering to modern day trends rather than talk about a thought-provoking subject matter like the original book did, and The Secret Life of Pets was basically every cat video you ever saw on YouTube mixed with Toy Story. However, despite how awful both of those movies are, they don't even come close to the absolute load of shitfuck that this movie is. This is their worst movie to date, and it's so bad that they never even bring it up anymore. That's right. And this movie is called Hop. Hop was released in the year 2011 and was directed by a man named Tim Hill, who also directed Garfield the Tale of Two Kitties, Alvin and the Chipmunks, and would later go on to direct Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. Oh yeah, let that tell you what kind of movie we're gonna watch tonight. Even though the movie was technically financially successful, opening at number 1 in the box office its first weekend, and later going on to gross $184 million, the movie still holds a measly 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is to date Illumination's lowest rated film. That sucks, which should come to no surprise why they never bring it up anymore. So, let's hop right in. This is Hop. Let's begin. So of course, with the beginning of the movie, we have to see the Illumination Entertainment logo. You know, I think I found the minion that sums up my feelings for all the minions out there, and it's that one right there. So the real movie starts, and we hear about the prestigious role of the Easter Bunny, and how it was passed down from generation to generation of bunnies until we meet...
Hi, I'm Fred O'Hare, the first human Easter Bunny.
What?
Sounds insane, you say? It'll make sense once you know how it all went down.
Wait a minute, so that's how this movie ends? With you becoming the Easter Bunny? Well then why would you tell us that in the first minute of the movie? Now I don't have to watch it. Wait a minute, I don't have to watch the movie. Well, in that case, see you later, guys. So the real movie starts on Easter Island. Get it? This movie's clever! Where we meet our main character E.B., who is the son of the Easter Bunny, and will one day go on to inherit the factory that brings a lot of great memories of Willy Wonka, only with a lot less charm and more poorly rendered animation. So along with the bunnies, we find out that there are chickens who also work in the factory, and by chickens I mean chicks that never seem to age or grow older or anything like that, and they work there, but what's their pay? Oh boy.
Hello. Hello, little bunny. What are you doing?
So we soon find out that their leader is one named Carlos, who is the Easter Bunny's top man.
Carlos, too much marsh, not enough mallow.
Exactly, senor. I was just going to say that. Ay, ay, ay. I am so sorry, senor. I will deal with this personally.
There's no room for error.
Si, senor.
Okay, he uses the word senor a lot. And he has an obvious Mexican accent, and... Oh boy. Oh boy, I do not have a good feeling about this at all. No, I do not.
Remember this, EB. We can't make any mistakes. The entire world is counting on us.
This seems hard, Dad. I don't know if I can do it.
That one night a year just seems impossible, Dad. I don't think I can do it. I can't. So the night of Easter has finally come, and we cut away to someone who is way too old for that racing car bed. Were there no 6-year-olds at the casting call? Like, you had to settle for the obvious 13-year-old boy here? Like, really? What are you doing? Are you not trying to keep it a secret? Do you not give a shit if you're discovered? He just parks in the backyard like he owns the place. Like, dude, seriously? Look, dude, if you're gonna steal Santa Claus's design of having a sleigh and some magical animal pull the sleigh, at least put him on the roof. That way he can't be seen that easily. That was the point of going on the roof. It wasn't just because someone made it up. There was a reason to it. You idiots! So, 20 years have passed, and the boy, revealed to be Fred O'Hare, has done absolutely nothing with his life and still living with his parents. Wait, what?
Good to hear that 2 of my kids are working so hard.
Yeah, it turns out that Fred, because he saw the Easter Bunny, doesn't have a job, doesn't have a girlfriend, and is living with his parents like a deadbeat. Our hero? So it turns out that Fred is such a deadbeat, his family actually prepared statements for him to hear.
Dear Fred, as your mother, I have always loved you. And it hurts me to have to tell you in this way, but there comes a time when every young man must grow up and leave the nest.
You all prepared statements?
Well, that was weird. It's almost like the movie acknowledges how sad and pathetic this is.
Sometimes I think you adopted me because Fred was such a disappointment.
Whoa, okay. Whoa, alright. Okay. That's, not gonna lie, guys, that was actually really fucking funny. Shit.
You need to do something. You need to get a life. You need to get a job, and you need to move out.
He's right.
Mom, Dad, I'm trying, okay? I go on job interviews. I had one today.
Yes, but it wasn't what you were looking for. It's always something. Nothing is ever good enough for you.
I agree with everything this guy's saying.
When I was a kid, you said that when I grew up, I was going to do something great.
Yes, but now I'm telling you that you should forget about great and settle for getting any job.
Well, gee, from the sounds of it, it sounds like your son's just a deadbeat loser who doesn't want to work. Why is he the main character again? So we cut back to E.B., who's now an adult and is about to become the Easter Bunny, but E.B. doesn't want to be the Easter Bunny. He wants to be a drummer in a band and go see the world. So his father reminds him that once a year, he will see the world.
What about China? Oh, it's candy, woman! What? Madam, please! All right, so we haven't cracked China yet.
Was that racist? Yeah, I'm gonna call racism on that one. First Mexicans and then Asians. I think Donald Trump might actually like this movie.
Now listen to me. 4,000 years of tradition doesn't end just because one selfish bunny doesn't feel like doing it. You are going to be the Easter Bunny. Now you need to get it together, get rid of these drums, and get your priorities straight.
I don't see what the problem is. He can do both. Like, seriously. He can join a band if he wants to, tour around the world as much as he wants, and then when Easter comes, he can do it. Like, he works one night a year, okay? All the chickens and stuff do the factory shit. Just, he can do both. What's the problem here? What's the conflict? Oh, and by the way, guys, real subtle playing the anthem by Good Charlotte. Yeah, I never would have guessed that E.B. didn't want to be like his dad at all. So, because he had a fight with his dad, E.B. decides to run away using a magical portal that can take him anywhere he wants in the world. Oh, wait a minute! He has a magical portal that can take him anywhere he wants in the world at the press of a button? Then why do you have the sleigh? Seriously! Wouldn't it have been a lot more creative to just use this magical portal that can take you anywhere around the world at a press of a button instead of stealing Santa Claus's idea of a sleigh drawn by magical animals? Just a little bit? So while E.B. finally arrives at Hollywood, we find out that Fred has finally been kicked out by his parents. It's about damn time they stopped enabling him. But what does his older sister do? Decides to enable him some more by letting him stay at her boss's place. So as it turns out, James here was 38 years old when he did this movie. And since the movie never specifies an age, I'm just going to continue to believe that this character is 38 years old too, therefore hopeless.
Listen to me. This is the Playboy Mansion. It's not a hotel.
Yeah, right. But it says here that ever since 1971, the Playboy Mansion has been home to sexy bunnies from around the world.
Okay, I'll give the movie some credit. This is kind of funny.
Maybe this is the rags part of my rags to riches story.
Every rose has its thorn.
Oh, would you look at that? He's sad. I know that now because they're playing Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. Yeah, again, movie real subtle. Now I know. I know he's sad now, thanks to the music choice. Again, very subtle. So, just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for EB.
Oh, I see. Car accident.
Thank you.
No, he's still alive.
Maybe come live with you for a couple of months.
Excuse me. You left your car back there with the lights on.
Say something. Talk again.
I'm EB.
Huh. You know, this seems awfully familiar to me. Well, it was all done from the same director. Can't act surprised. So while EB is able to convince Fred to let him stay, EB's father is worried about him.
But is there any report on my son?
The sun will be shining, foggy times are lifting, Easter will be clear sailing, senor.
Well, that's quite all fine and good, but did you forget that we do Easter at night, you dumb Mexican? I mean, you dumb chicken. I mean, you're not dumb whatsoever. I'm not racist whatsoever. Just find my son, will ya? So EB's father calls the Pink Beret to come and find his son. Who are the Pink Beret? Well, apparently they're the Easter Bunny's secret spy group. The Easter Bunny has a secret spy group. Just accept that.
Freeze!
What dumbass tells an animal to freeze? So the next morning comes and we find that EB is playing Rock Band. Yeah, Rock Band. You remember Rock Band? You don't? Well, guess what? Alvin and the Chipmunks did that too.
I am the
Extreme Rock Master!
Wait a minute, how is he even reaching the bass pedal? Not that I know how to play Rock Band or nothing, it's just, I used to be a drummer, and I know about the bass drum, so, yeah. So after EB trashes the house, again, another scene from Alvin and the Chipmunks, Fred decides to drive him out to the desert and get rid of him once and for all. I'm just releasing an animal out to nature, okay? If a hawk comes down and kills it, well, that's just the circle of life for you.
I'm special.
Well, we're all special.
I don't mean special as in everybody's special like we're different. I mean I'm really special. See?
Big deal. I can shit on my car, too. I mean, I'm not going to. I have a very nice car, but the point remains.
And in 2 weeks, maybe you can explain to the children of the world why they didn't get their Easter baskets.
Is Easter really that big of a holiday in this world? Because last time I checked, all that happens is you get a bunch of candy, you go to church for 2 hours, and that's really about it. But this world's treating it like if we don't get Easter, then the world might end or something. So after being told that EB is the Easter Bunny, Fred decides to tolerate him while he goes off to his job interview.
Oh, are you writing a novel? What's that about?
It's about a crippled soldier who in the future goes to another planet and he becomes one of the indigenous people who are blue and live in the forest.
That's not Avatar?
I'm sure that reference will be just as funny in 2017 as it was back in 2011. What was that? Oh, it wasn't funny ever? Yeah, I thought so. Meanwhile, while being chased by the Pink Beret, EB runs inside to try and find a place to hide and somehow encounters the Blind Boys of Alabama? I mean, I'm not hating on the guys, I'm sure they're very talented, but why them? It's just such an odd choice to give a cameo to. To be fair though, I'd rather it be the Blind Boys of Alabama than some obvious exploitable pop singer like Miley Cyrus or something like that, okay? I'm just saying.
This is our sound recording studio for our music games, and we've done Extreme Rock Master, Extreme Jazz Master, and now we're doing Extreme Blues Master.
Then why are they here? Like, yeah, you don't need them, you just need the song. Just call their manager, say, hey, we want one of their songs in a video game we're making. Pay them some money, and boom, you got it. The only reason they're here is to help move the plot along, so EB can later meet David Hasselhoff at a talent show. By the way, he's going to meet David Hasselhoff at a talent show.
And he's having auditions tomorrow.
The Hoff?
Good luck, little rabbit.
Wait a minute, they knew he was a rabbit, but they didn't freak out? First of all, how? And second off, why not? Remember that, because this movie will forget it. So, in order to get E.B. out of there, Fred is forced to abandon his job interview, and it is never brought up again. I'm not kidding. It's almost like it never happened. Ooh!
You're selling yourself short. They were gonna shove you in the mailroom. Well, excuse me, but I happen to think you're better than that.
You don't know me, okay? We just met.
Yeah, that's a good point. And yet E.B. will stay with Fred for really no reason. He has that flyer about the talent show that David Hasselhoff is hosting, and I'm sure the flyer has an address on it, so surely he can find the place. So why does he need Fred? Beats me. He's just hanging out with him because he feels like it. I don't know. It's just that it seems to me that you could write Fred out of the story, and honestly, I don't think you'd miss anything. Hell, I know I wouldn't. So we cut back to E.B.'s father, who's lamenting the fact that his son ran away, but Carlos has a suggestion that might save Easter.
Even a humble chick could do the job.
Really, Carlos? Wow. I mean, that is funny. Can you imagine that? A chick delivering Easter? That's ridiculous.
Alright, let me get this straight, dude. So because you're so focused on your old-time traditions, you're going to force your son, who doesn't want the job, and has very little to no experience with the job whatsoever, all because he's a bunny. But at the same time, you're going to ignore this guy over here, who wants the job, has a lot of experience with said job, and has practically been doing the job for years on end, simply because of who he is. And it's not that he's like an unlikable guy or anything like that, it's simply because he's, in your words, a chick. Replace the word chick with Mexican, and again, I think Donald Trump would really like this movie. So we cut back to E.B., who's discussing his plans for the talent show, but Fred suggests that he shouldn't be talking at all.
You realize you can't talk.
No, I can.
No, what I mean is you shouldn't talk. From now on, especially not in front of other people.
Says the guy who's sitting in a dining booth with a rabbit.
Can I get some chocolate syrup?
Sure, doll.
Thanks, love.
Do people not care in this world? Do people not care that animals can talk in this world? I mean, I don't care if that's how the world works, but that raises the question, why did Fred freak out earlier if no one else gives a shit?
Oh man, my sister's here.
You never told me you had a sister. There's still so much we don't know about each other, Fred.
You're right! You have no idea who this guy is, so why are you still hanging out with him?
One word out of you and it's rabbit season. You got it?
Why do you care? Clearly no one in this world gives a shit if the rabbit can talk, so why do you?
What is that?
Sam, no, you're not allowed up there either.
Look how cute this stuffed bunny is.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little more distracted with how terrible the blending is between the CGI rabbit I know isn't there and the live-action human that's obviously grabbing at air. It's awful.
Don't eat that. You might not like the flavor.
Fred, relax. Watermelon.
Well, I'll give this movie credit for one thing. It decided to wait till the 51-minute mark to have a shit-eating joke. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of proud of them for that. So the time has finally come for that talent show, and E.B. is finally up to perform. Okay, being a former drummer myself, I have to ask the question, how can E.B. reach the bass drum? Like, it's a serious question. For those who don't know, the bass drum is the bottom part of the drum, which is operated by the foot. This makes playing the drums a bit more complicated because you have to coordinate both your hands and your feet at the same time. The bass drum is essentially one of the most important parts of the drum set, so it's made a little weird when you watch and see that his feet can't even reach the bass drum. Listen, you can clearly hear the bass drum in the background of the song being used, but because I clearly know he can't reach the bass drums, I cannot believe that he's really there playing the song. The weird thing is that earlier in the movie, he had a drum set that was perfectly his size in his bedroom, but now he's playing on a human-sized drum set. Why? Why couldn't we just give him another drum set that was his size? Also, why is he playing some pussy pop song? Any hack drummer can play to a pop song, alright? Have him play some Avenged Sevenfold or something, or how about some Neil Peart? Have you ever seen Neil Peart play drums? Ew, fucking rock your world, man.
I didn't like it.
I loved it.
Thank you, David Hasselhoff. I will not let you down. Hey, wait. You're not surprised that I'm a talking rabbit?
Further vindication that no one gives a rabbit's ass about the rabbit talking.
You're not surprised that I'm a talking rabbit?
Little man, my best friend's a talking car.
Get it? He was a Knight Rider. Do you get it? Do any of you 7-year-olds out there in the audience get that old reference? Get it? Laugh, damn you! So, with the audition being a success, Fred and EB honored their deal to go separate ways when it was over.
We've had some good times. Hey, haven't we, Fred?
Yeah, there were a few.
Yeah, I remember the good times too. When Fred hit you with his car, when you trashed his house, when you ruined his job interview. What the fuck good times are you talking about? Seriously, if there's some other movie out there that I haven't seen yet with you two in it, then I don't want to see it. But when the Pink Berets show up, EB is forced to reveal the truth to Fred.
Who wouldn't want to be the Easter Bunny? That's like the greatest job ever.
Yeah, you'd think so, but it's what my dad wants, not me.
Sometimes fathers just don't get it.
He told me I only ever think of myself.
Other times they hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah, but there's like a huge difference between the two of you. EB's father is simply stuck on tradition, and again, EB only works one night a year, so there really shouldn't be a problem between the two. While Fred's dad, on the other hand, is right. Fred does need to get a job, and he needs to stop being such a deadbeat loser! So later that night, Fred has to go to a play that his stepsister Alex is in, but EB shows up too, and thinking that the Pink Beret followed him, accidentally upstages the play.
False alarm, please. Continue with your awful singing.
How did that rabbit just talk?
Why do you care? Does this world give a shit if the animal talks or not? Look, I don't care which one they go with, but they have to pick one or the other. They can't go with both because it just ends up being confusing at this point. So, without any prompting, they decide to sing a song. And what song do they decide to sing?
I want candy.
Who wrote this shit?
I want candy. Take it, kids.
So I guess it's charming that a 38-year-old man is upstaging a third-grade play. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it be? It's almost as charming as Cool Cat jerking off in front of a 10-year-old girl's face. It's just magical.
Good job tonight. Is she a good Easter Bunny?
Oh, jerk!
That girl is the best part of this movie. She had the funniest line, and she actually does stuff. Why isn't this movie about her?
Is this your new career? Upstaging grade schoolers with your ventriloquist puppet?
No. I got lots of other stuff going on. There it is.
Huh.
Oh, that look. The complete and utterly disappointed look.
Well, I'm sorry, Fred, but I mean, can you give me just one reason not to be disappointed?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that too, please. Didn't think so, because Fred has done absolutely nothing to earn our sympathy for him. Fred has done absolutely nothing to try and change his character from the beginning of the movie to this point in the movie. At the hour mark, guys. In the beginning of the movie, he was a freeloading loser with no job. Oh, but he went to a job interview. Yeah, the one his sister set up for him. And even then, he's still up and left. To do what? To take care of a freeloading asshole who's kind of like him? And again, they never bring up the job again, so it's almost like it never happened. Ooh. And yet, for some reason, this movie feels the need to shame Fred's father simply for trying to put his son on the right track. Movie, just because you put him in the wrong doesn't make him wrong. I agree with everything that Fred's dad is saying. Fred is a disappointment. Fred is nothing but disappointment. His one character trait throughout this entire movie is simply disappointing people. That's who Fred is, alright? And at the hour mark of this movie, there is no hope for him. There is nothing likable about him, and I hate him. And I hate this movie, and it sucks. So yeah, remember the beginning of the movie when Fred basically spoiled the ending for the movie, telling everybody he was going to become the Easter Bunny? Well...
You don't want to be the Easter Bunny, right? I know who can take your place. Who? Me!
That is stupid. Like, really fucking stupid. Like, what kind of lesson are you trying to teach kids anyway? Hey kids, don't bother working for a goal in life or trying to make your parents proud. Just be a rabbit. Seriously, you can just do that. Anybody can do it. Just become an Easter Bunny. Why not? Don't work for a living. Just be a deadbeat loser who can magically become an Easter Bunny out of fucking nowhere. Why not? Fuck this movie. It sucks. So then we cut back to Carlos, who's planning on usurping the rabbits.
Too long have we labored under the yoke of the Bunny's tyranny. Time for the Easter chick to rise!
Well, you do have a lot of experience with the job, you're really good at it, and you were racially discriminated. You know what? Go chickens! So Evie actually decides to help Fred become the Easter Bunny, and they have a nice little training montage, all with a nice little pop song and everything like that. Oh, they bond and stuff, and oh, aren't they just so adorable, except I don't like either of these two because they're both just lazy good-for-nothing douchebags. But when the Pink Beret finally find the mansion, took you this long to find it? What does Evie do? Fake his own death and leave Fred to the mercy of the Pink Beret, of course. Aw, what a great friend.
Murderer! This heartless human! He has killed your son!
What? Does anyone care that that's a butterball turkey?
Yeah, that's a good point. For a rabbit that's been around for a while, he really can't tell the difference between a turkey and a dead rabbit? What?
It's called a coup d'etat, which is a French for coup d'etat. It is our time for number one, yeah? We the bosses now! We the bosses! We the bosses! Seize him!
Hey! Don't do that!
Why did he have to be evil? No, seriously. Why did he have to be evil? None of this would have happened if Evie's father wasn't such a racist fucktard who's so bent on tradition and stuff that Evie has to be the Easter Bunny. Which, speaking of which, why does it have to be EB? Like, the movie never established this is like a monarchy thing where it's like, only my son can be the Easter Bunny. That's it. No, the beginning of the movie just said this.
Not just anyone can do it. You have to be majestic. You have to be dignified. You have to be, well, a bunny.
Yeah, that means pretty much anyone can be an Easter Bunny, right? Plus, we find out later that a human's gonna be an Easter Bunny, so what the fuck? That's kind of fucked up that you're gonna let a human become an Easter Bunny, but you're gonna say no to the chick who's not only wants the job, but is really good at it. All because he's Mexican. I mean, all because he's a chicken.
Hey! Don't do that!
Don't mind that.
Wait, what did he say?
Don't mind that.
Let me hear it one more time.
Don't mind that.
Did the voice actor make a mistake and they just left it in there?
Don't mind that.
They seriously thought no one would hear that and they just left it in. Well, I heard it. Meanwhile, E.B. is feeling guilty that he abandoned Fred when he gets a visit from a strange character.
Oh, hello. Who's this gorgeous devil?
Is Eb in here, please? Eb.
It's EB. That's me. Oh, alright, well, EB, you're wanted on stage in 2 minutes.
No, movie. You do not have the wit nor the charm to pull that off. This is how you do it.
Nolan! Hey, what's up, buddy? We're making a game about me. We gotta have you do the VO, man. I mean, see, here's the thing. People tell me we sound alike.
That sounds awesome, Deadpool. Listen, I had a different take on it. Maybe we just make you, maybe it's an alternative type of Deadpool. It's somebody...
Yeah, well, fuck you, Nolan.
So taking advice from the Hoffman, E.B. decides to go back and get Fred, all while Carlos is taking over Easter. And he now wields something called the Egg of Destiny.
Carlos, I'm warning you. The Egg of Destiny is too dangerous in the hands of a chick. Its power can only be wielded by a bunny.
Hey, wait a minute! So you mean to tell me that the Egg of Destiny can literally only be wielded by a bunny? And if a chick were to wield it, it might hurt them? Then why'd you say this racist shit earlier, asshole?
Can you imagine that? A chick delivering Easter? That's ridiculous.
You could have literally told him that any time throughout the movie, and all of this could have possibly been avoided. Instead, you chose to be racist, you fucking racist.
Have you completely lost your mind?
Hey, that's what the actor said when he read the script. But the director thought it was so funny that he decided to use it anyway. So E.B. returns to try and save Fred and his father, but Carlos captured him, but... Bullshit.
Oh, what is happening to me?
What the fuck did I just watch? So, Carlos is a bunny now. Well then I guess problem solved. I mean, heck, the only problem with him was that he wasn't a bunny, and now he is a bunny, so E.B. proves to be no match for Carlos, and Carlos gets ready to take over Easter. But... Oh no. No. No, you are not serious, are you? E.B.'s drumming is gonna save Easter? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm feeling a little...
Okay, two things. One, this guy does not control the animals. The guy holding the reins does, you fucking idiots! Two, he's wearing headphones! How does he even hear the music?
And your friend here, he saved my life. He was magnificent. Well,
Finally, Fred actually did something, guys! He saved an old racist. Give it up for him.
Dad, I'm ready.
But E.B., what about your dream?
I'm still gonna be a drummer, Dad, but I can be the Easter Bunny too.
That's what I said. Good idea, E.B. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, but just when you thought things couldn't get any better...
By the power vested in me, I pronounce E.B. and Fred O'Hare co-Easter Bunnies. Hear, hear!
That's right, a human who he's never met before has a much better chance of becoming an Easter Bunny than a chick who's been doing the job for years. Ain't that just so fucked up? Like, God, fuck this movie in the ear, man. Like, man, fuck this movie, man. It sucks. Also, does anyone else find it kind of weird that all the chicks that were involved in the coup d'etat are now just out there amongst everybody celebrating too? Like, just a little bit? Oh, but before the movie ends, Fred has one more thing he has to do. Gloat to his entire family that he's the Easter Bunny and is actually worth something. What a fucking hero!
Wow.
This is... amazing.
I know, right?
His family doesn't even question it. They're just like, oh, you're the Easter Bunny? That's amazing! Like, I mean, what?
Oh, Dad, come on, you don't have to...
I'm proud.
Thanks, Dad.
Astro Boy and Strange Magic combined were nowhere near as forced as this felt. Holy shit. I never thought I'd say that before. Oh, and the Mexican chicken still has to work as his punishment? Oh, yeah, okay. Way to end on a high note, movie. Yeah, way to end on a high note. God, guys, do you see now why this movie's so fucking terrible? What else can I say about Hop? It's awful. It's terrible. It's abysmal. The writing is so childish. The humor is so first grade. The characters are good-for-nothing, lazy a-holes. Nothing about the world of Easter makes any sense, yet they build it up like Easter's supposed to be this really important holiday, like the world needs Easter, when all they do is just give candy to kids. That's about it. Nobody cares that the rabbit talks, but they keep making it a big deal, which is really distracting. The CGI is kind of shitty, which really sucks when they have to blend it with live action, because it makes it look even worse. And let's not forget the racist stereotype, shall we? Because boy howdy, this movie is racist as fuck. Hop is just awful from start to finish. All I can say is, there's a reason why Illumination never talks about this movie anymore. Because it's a piece of shit. It sucks, and I hope to God I never have to watch it again. This movie made me hoppin' mad, guys. My name is RaisorBlade. As always,